Sadly, it's on death row that Abu Ali has found his place in the world. The structure there, the stability and relative peace actually make it the best environment he's ever known in his life. There he's seen as a valued elder, a peacemaker, a scholar, a man who continues to try to better himself and those around him, as well as many beyond the walls. There, as he struggles just to maintain, he's a man who proves over and over that his life has real meaning.
Within a prison environment, he does quite well. He does well in a structured setting, and he makes a contribution. He is one of the more respected inmates on death row. He helps as an intermediary on the disciplinary committee.
There are pages and pages and pages and pages of commendations, of compliments, positive statements by correctional officers, letters of appreciation.
I have found him to be a very, very caring individual, very caring. And he is also very strong in his faith, that I have found out. And I'm proud of him for that. I'm proud of the things that he's been able to accomplish being locked up for so long. I think he's done wonders.
He also expends enormous energy on other people. He wants to help. He wants to make a difference. He wants to make the world a better place.
In this particular case, there are a lot of very compelling things about how this man, despite his disabilities, despite his tragic upbringing, despite the fact that he's under sentence of death, has struggled valiantly to make a difference, to continue to try to get better, to be better.
My prayers and meditations always involve what happened to Parrot Dr. Daniels, and that his spirit be free to be liberated in the world of light. Because the way he had to die. And Norma Jean Normal, that her heart be healed certain way, in a certain kind of way that will allow her to be free from whatever is holding her down from feeling the way she should feel, because I know that's an awful feeling, and I regret that.
Clemency is a process that attempts to ensure humanity in our judicial system. It is the strong looking out for the weak. It requires the wisdom and the courage to stop blind adherence to the letter of the law when that letter violates the spirit of the law. It's a chance to do what's fair and what's right.
I think the role of clemency is to step back and to kind of make a more basic assessment. Is this the kind of case that 10 years from now, 50 years from now, no one will question the judgment of the executive who ultimately made the decision that the death penalty was the appropriate punishment? And I don't think there's any question that this is not that case.
It's my personal feeling and belief that this man should be, at the very worst, given life in prison. I don't think they should impose the death penalty on this man whatsoever.
It upsets me now to learn all of this and not know it at the trial, because it was unfair to him. It was unfair to us jurors, because now this man's serving a death penalty, you know, looking at death when he may not have had to. And I really don't want it to be on my conscience. I don't, because it was just an unfair trial.
I see clemency as the last and perhaps most important opportunity for that to change. And I think it would change not just for this person, but for a system of justice that is trying to be more than some place where we can execute people despite our mistakes and go on with it without any second thoughts. I think that would be a tragic legacy to create and an even harder legacy to defend.
But I felt like I knew and I understood him as a person, and that this man didn't deserve to die, because he was a person that spoke about life.
Please grant him another hearing. Please just give the human being a chance. Just let's be fair. I just don't think that there's especially from the original trial, I didn't see any fairness at all in the first trial. And I wish he could have been granted. And if he had had the funds, maybe he could have had a better trial. If he had had some family to support him, maybe he could have had a better trial. Personally, I didn't have any control over that, but if the governor were sitting here in my home right now, I would look at him and say, please grant them this hearing. Please hear them out.
This mentally ill man was completely failed by his lawyer. He was betrayed by the prosecutor who had been sworn to protect his rights. The truth of this case, contained in the mountains of evidence which were not presented at his trial, shows a man who does not deserve to be executed. That's why we're asking Governor Bredesen to grant clemency to Abu Ali and commute his sentence to life without parole, because it's the right thing to do.
If everyone who wears the sign of the cross and who claims to be Christian took seriously those words of Jesus, inasmuch as you've done it to one of the least of these, what is less than that cat sitting out there in that death row cell waiting to be hauled in on a gurney to have some poison? What's less than that? But our leader, Jesus said, inasmuch as you've done it to this guy, you've done it to the one you call on Sunday morning that you call Lord.